Hi guys, welcome to Live with Vi, and if you like what you see, subscribe. Hi guys, happy Navratri and happy Thursday. I'm very excited about the live I'm going to have today. I've known Anu for about 6 years now. I met her, we studied Reiki at the same time with our Reiki guru, Rukmini. And I have not seen a more devoted Mata Bhakt. And I don't know if you guys have gone through her Insta, but she does this lovely Mata paintings and talks about what each day signifies. Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good and very excited.
I'm thrilled, and I'm so glad you could do this and you agreed to do this.
Thank you for inviting me, Mai. This is
Oh,
my first Insta live, so bear with me.
and no, I was just telling everyone who else but you to talk about Mata. Like your paintings, I get goosebumps because I feel you pour your soul into every painting of her. And I was telling everyone how every night signifies a different energy. You know, she has a different name. Her Swarupa is different every night, which you've depicted so beautifully with your paintings. And every morning you send us a write-up, which I thought that information had to be shared. It would just be unfair if people didn't know about it.
Thank you so much for your love and your appreciation.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad Unnati is around so that I didn't have to walk you through the Insta live situation.
I have her sitting right next to me. I'm not letting her move.
Exactly, I'm so glad. But you have a different relationship with Mata. I mean, every time you also write quotes, I always message you privately, right? I can imagine you actually saying the mantra. I can imagine you actually talking in that tone. How does this relationship start, and what is the relationship?
So, why I grew up in a household which was deeply religious and had a lot of faith in God per se, and Krishna and Mata Rani were the predominant deities we would pray to. And my mom was very particular. She was very devout. Her faith was like unshakable. You know, I remember, I mean, for as long as I remember, she used to say, मैंने माता रानी को बोल दिया अभी हो जाएगा. You know, that's
Jai
how she
Mata
was.
Di.
Jai Mata Di. And it was like unshakable, you know. Anything. मैंने माता रानी को बोल दिया हो जाएगा. So, yeah, so as a child, I grew up seeing her do the rituals, and it used to be fun. And as a child, the main advantage used to be as a conjunct to be invited to people's homes for
Correct.
the goodies, right? And then we grew up and there was the attraction of the garba and dressing up and being out. But as I grew and the awareness grew and I started on this spiritual path, I felt I wanted to not, you know, look at Mata Rani as something out there.
Correct.
Like we keep hearing she's within you, Shiv and Shakti both are in you. So I wanted to explore that aspect of Shakti in me.
Right.
Right? So I've been fasting for Navratris for as long as I remember.
Right.
So this kind of an exploration started when I studied chakras and when I understood energy. I knew that each of the matas were the residing deities of each of the chakras. So I wanted to
Oh, wow.
explore how does that
Okay.
work, right? So it's just been an exploration. I'm sure there are, so the beauty of our culture and our scriptures is there's many layers, you know.
Absolutely.
So where you're at is the layer that you're going to be exploring. So I love doing this every Navratri. I restudy and revisit all of my notes and find some new nuance, a new understanding, and most of it is what I need at that point, of course. But yeah, that's what I like to do. And luckily for me, when I share it with my friends and
It's
my
beautiful.
family, they love it too.
But that's what I was saying, Anu. You spoke about your mom having a religious tone, but you, like for me, like what I see in you when you know your paintings, your writing, it is as if you embody her to the fullest when you're writing about her. It's not a religion, it's not a separation, you know,
it's that oneness that you can see. And I think that's beautiful. And that's exactly what I wanted to convey to you guys. I wanted the people to join in and kind of see what kind of, I would say, love. I can't say devotion. I think only love that you have for Ma. And I have my smudge here. I've smudged the place. I'm hoping she will grace us while we're talking about her. And I think we can start talking about her. It's 6:59. I think we can start talking about her. So should we do every day from the first day of the Navratri to the last, the 9 nights, and what are her swarupas and what are the energies associated with it? And obviously what
Yes.
she's called. So let's
Yes,
begin,
that would
Anu.
be best. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll just take a moment to invite her
Yes.
to be here with us. Om Durgaye Namaha. Om Durgaye Namaha. Om Durgaye Namaha. Yes. So like I told you, my exploration started to understand the energy associated with each of the chakras and Mata Rani, how they correlate and what it means to a person who wants to become a better version of themselves.
Correct.
So this is a self-exploration and self-betterment journey, you could say, right? So in our 7 primary chakras, the first chakra is the root chakra, which is
Right.
called Mooladhar
Well,
in Hindi. The Mool Adhar means foundation, right? So the Devi associated and the first Navratri is dedicated to Ma Putri. Okay?
right.
So she is so called because she was the daughter of Himavan, Mount Himavan, the Lord of Himalayas. And another word for mountain in Sanskrit is Shel. So Shel Putri. Okay. So if you look at the physiology of a mountain, it has a very broad base,
Base.
and yes, and it's as much as it is above the ground, it's that much more deeper below, right? So it's a symbol of stability, of grounding, of having a very strong foundation. So
Right.
Ma Putri gives a spiritual seeker the ability to be fully grounded, prepared, stable to start this journey, which takes a lot of work, lot of effort, and lot of churning. So before you start on such a journey, your foundation, your
Has to be
support has to
strong.
be very, very strong. So that's what I take from Ma Putri. When I pray to her on the first day of Navratri, it's like, please help me be grounded, help me be stable on this journey.
Correct.
So, yeah. So
And then what? So and then what is the sex? So it goes from down to up for the chakras
yes.
according to
So
the.
our
Okay.
primary
So
chakras are from root to up. So
correct.
when we took incarnation, we came from source down. Now when we're
Right.
trying to evolve back, we are going
We'll
from
go.
our embodiment reverse all the way back up. So it's also
Correct.
called the
Correct.
ascension journey.
Right.
So that's what the spiritual seeker is doing. Is trying to ascend and transcend their lower tendencies. Okay.
So what is the energy of that night? Is the energy of that night about stability? Is it about
It's about
strength?
groundedness.
It's
So
about
yes, so she sits on the Nandi. So if you see, each of the 9 matas has a different Vahan or mount, right?
right.
So Shailputri is shown on Nandi bell. It's called Vrishabh.
Okay.
So that also symbolizes stability and strength. And
Right.
also Nandi is the most ardent devotee of Lord Shiv.
Shiva. Yes.
Okay, so Lord Shiv symbolizes the absolute truth, supreme consciousness. So in a temple, if you see, Nandi is always focused and facing Lord Shiv.
Yes.
So she's sitting on Nandi, and so we are starting our spiritual journey towards the supreme consciousness with our focus and our awareness oriented towards him, and with a stable, strong foundation.
Okay. Lovely.
So she bestows something we call Sthit Pragyata. Pragyata is wisdom. Sthit Pragyata is the wisdom that comes from being still.
Correct.
Right? So that's the energy Shell Putri Mata Rani embodies.
So that's the first night. Then what about the second
That's
night?
the first night. So the second Navratri is dedicated to Ma Brahmacharini. Sorry. Yes. So she is Ma Brahmacharini. If you look at her visual, she is depicted as wearing white and ascetic clothes and a very simple swaroop, sitting, meditating with a kamandala in her hand. So,
Anu, you're breaking
can you
up.
hear me? Can
No,
you hear
you're
me
breaking
now?
up. Yeah, now it's good.
Oh, got it? Okay. So Ma Brahmacharini is shown as meditating or sitting in stillness. Brahmacharini comes from two words, Brahma Acharan.
Okay.
Brahma is the absolute truth, supreme
Right.
consciousness.
Right.
Acharan is behavior. So she symbolizes somebody who is behaving in alignment with the absolute truth, with supreme consciousness. So, and the entire focus, everything you think, you say.
Anu, yeah, I think
I'm gonna
remove the head.
change.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say because it's constantly cracking. Anu, you have your paintings next to you, or can Unnati get them?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, lovely. This is so much better. Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
changed the... Right. So, where did you lose me?
So let's start again from Brahmacharini, what it means, because there was so much cracking and disturbance. So
Disturbance.
let's
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry about that. Right. So,
You have your paintings with you, next to
yes.
you.
Yeah.
Can you show them by talking about each one? I would love that. So at
Okay.
least, it's amazing to see that visual and then read about and understand what's about it. I think it just connects. Oh, lovely. You have it right there. So can you show us the first one and then the second one?
So, this is what I made about
Yeah.
Shell Putri.
Lovely.
Yes. So, I've depicted the mountains. If you can see
Right.
the mountains. And her weapon is the Trishul.
Okay.
And she has the lotus in one hand. And the lotus symbolizes wisdom.
Okay.
All right. So that's what that's the first painting that I did.
Correct. We can see it.
Right.
Yes.
Then we have Brahmacharini. So Brahmacharini comes from two words, which is Brahma and Acharan. Brahma is the absolute truth, supreme consciousness, and Acharan is behavior. So
Right.
Brahmacharini is someone who's always thinking, speaking, behaving in alignment to
With
the
the
absolute
absolute
truth.
truth.
Yes. And also Brahmacharini is someone who practices Brahmacharya.
Correct.
Brahmacharya is balance, moderation, equipoise, right? And if you look, this is the second chakra, Swadhisthana. So its element is water.
Yeah.
Okay, so water has the quality of flowing,
Correct.
but still waters have a lot of depth,
Still waters run deep.
right? Yes. So what she is showing is a balance between flow and stillness.
Stillness.
Yes.
Ah.
So that's my
So show us.
depiction.
Yes. Oh,
So if you
wow.
see, she's sitting
And
in
she's all white.
meditation. She's all white. And the tree at the back, I have tried to depict the yin and the yang as the balance element.
Ah.
With
So she's
the
still,
solar
yet
and
she
the
can flow into anything and flow into any situation, but still have
right,
the depth to her. Lovely.
right. So that's how we would like to deal with our life, with all the emotional churnings and the ups and downs and the strife and the tribulations, to be able to maintain a balance no matter what is happening outside. So
And still
that's
be
what
able
we
to flow
invoke her for.
yourself out, right? and still
Yes.
be able to maneuver yourself through your life trials and tribulations and yet have that
Yes.
depth in you. I think
Right.
that's beautiful.
So that's what I take away from Ma Brahmacharini.
So what's the energy of that night? Is it balance? Absolute balance?
It's balance, it's equipoise, it's the ability to be either, to
Okay.
flow or
Or to
to
be
be
still.
still as the situation
Situation demands.
requires.
Got it.
To have the
Okay.
wisdom and the presence of mind to be both.
And she has she will not, does she have a instrument of, no, she doesn't
No,
have.
she is shown carrying a rosary bead because she's
Okay.
constantly meditating, and a
Meditating.
kamandala,
Okay.
and she doesn't have a mount.
Okay. So the third night.
The third night is dedicated to Ma Chandraghanta. She governs the third chakra, which is the Manipur chakra.
Correct.
And she's called Chandraghanta because after she wed Lord Shiv, she adorned her tresses with a crescent bell-shaped moon. So if you look at my painting for this,
Oh, lovely.
yes, so she looks so
Yes.
serene and beautiful, right?
Absolutely.
But she can, in a blink of an eye, become a warrior. Okay,
Ah,
so she
so
can
she has a fire
transform.
element, like a
Yes, she
fiery
can
element. Yes.
transform immediately in no time, right? So she represents the ability to transform.
Okay. So
So
why is it with your why is it with your by your third chakra? Why is it, what is the
so
association
so
with that?
so Manipur is the chakra that governs your will, right?
Okay.
So she grants you the will and the courage to transform. It's not easy to
Ah,
change who you are.
absolutely.
It's a
It's
very
a journey
difficult,
by itself.
yes, and it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of will to stay at it, right? And it's the fire element. The third chakra has the fire as its element, and fire
Correct.
purifies. Yes,
Right.
it we say
Transmutes.
tapna. In Hindi, we say tap kar aap bahar nikalte ho, right? So she represents that energy, where she trans. So everyone has challenges in life. There's nobody who
Yeah.
doesn't have challenges, right? So she gives you the will to stay at it, and the courage to face the challenges, and the fire to overcome it.
Oh, wow. And so
Yes,
what would her energy be? What would her one energy be?
of
Would it be
transformation,
transformation?
and
Okay.
also to have the courage to fight your inner demons.
Ah,
Yeah, so that's what I would call Ma Chandraghanta.
for the third night.
Then, yeah, the
Okay, let's go
fourth
on to the
night
fourth one.
is dedicated to Ma Kushmanda. Now, this one is my favorite. I'm sorry, I keep losing my earphone.
That's fine. We can hear you even without it. So it's fine if it drops. Ah, show me the fourth night.
Okay, Kushmanda. So, Ku means little, Ushma
Yes.
means energy, and Anda means egg. Okay.
Yes.
So it is said that earlier there was nothing, nothingness, void. There was absolutely nothing. And Ma Adi Shakti smiled very slightly, little. That
Okay.
little Ushma, that little energy created the cosmic egg
Oh,
from which
wow.
creation happened. Okay, so that's my depiction of Ma Kushmanda.
Oh,
She
wow.
governs the heart chakra, the anahat.
And
Can you see it?
lovely. Yeah, beautiful. I
Yes.
can see it.
So if you look at the egg, I have the five tattvas representing the creation.
Right.
Yes. So the heart chakra's element is air. Okay. And the energy of the heart chakra is unconditional love.
Right.
Okay. So love is all pervasive. It's not bound by time and space. And so is air.
Right.
Air is all pervasive.
So
So
is her energy love?
her energy is love, and more than loving something outside, It's about loving who you are, all aspects of who you are. Because only then will you be able to create a reality which is in alignment with who you are.
With what, and what you want. Absolutely.
Yes. Because if you're not accepting of your own self, you're not accepting of your own shadow self, then you will not be creating the reality that you were born for.
Correct.
Right?
So does she give you the courage to kind of find your dharma or soul path?
She basically helps you be compassionate towards yourself. More than courage, it's about compassion and acceptance and allowance. Yeah, so I would call her energy of love and compassion more than anything else.
And she doesn't have a vahan or
she has a lion as her vahan. So so there are 4 vahans that they show her interchangeably. So the Nandi bull represents strength, stability, and devotion. Lion represents power.
Right.
Tiger represents agility.
Right.
Tigers are very quick. And when we come to Kal Ratri, we'll be talking about her vahan is the donkey.
Oh,
so we'll talk about
tomorrow.
Yes.
Or
so
tomorrow, yes.
Yeah. So I'll talk about that when we come to Kal Ratri.
Correct.
Okay.
So what's the next one then? So we've
the next one after Anahat, we have the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, and the Mata Rani associated with the Vishuddha chakra is Skanda Mata.
Okay.
Skanda is the name of Lord Kartikeya.
Yeah.
So this is my image of Skanda Mata.
Lovely.
Okay.
Why is there a triangle with a circle? What does that symbol mean?
That's the chakra symbol. That's the Vishuddha chakra symbol.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay. And we have the so Skanda was born with 6 heads.
Okay, I didn't know that. So this is Kartikeya with Ganesh's brother. Kartikeya was born with 6 heads.
Yes, he was born as a baby. He was born with 6 heads. He was looked after by the 6 Kritikas.
Okay.
And the 6 heads represent the mind and the 5 senses.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And he was the commander-in-chief of the army of the Devas.
Right.
Okay? He was a warrior and he was a commander. So Skanda actually represents one who is in command of their mind and their senses.
Okay. So all 5 senses and the mind, and she's the mother of that. So Skanda Mata.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. So only when we are in control and in command of our mind and our senses can we destroy the veil of Maya and illusion.
Right.
And separation.
Correct.
So Skanda Mata blesses you with the ability to see beyond the illusion, to destroy the veils and see the oneness, to remove the veils of separation.
So why is that with the throat chakra? How is that in association with that?
So the element for the throat chakra is ether.
Okay. So that's
of the 5 elements, that's the subtlest. Right. You cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot taste, you cannot smell.
Smell, correct.
Okay. You can only hear it. Okay. And it's the threshold between the unmanifest and the manifest.
Got it. Explain a little bit more about it.
So, for form to take place, you need the 5 elements. Correct. For any structure, for any form, you need the 5 elements.
Right.
Before the 5 elements came into being, there was no form. There was no manifestation of form. So God or supreme energy or source was unmanifest.
Right.
So the throat chakra is the threshold. This is where the manifestation began.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where the Maya also came into play, right? If there is form, there is Maya.
Right. Absolutely.
So she helps you look beyond the Maya so that you are ready for the next stage of evolution.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's Skanda Mata. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
the 7th chakra is the Agnya, which is your 3rd eye.
3rd eye.
Yes, the image is still work in progress. So But I have an old one which I had made. If you would like to
Please.
see that,
Yes, please.
I can show you that one. So she is Kal Ratri, Ma Kal Ratri. Okay,
Right.
she is shown as very fierce, very powerful, and sitting on a donkey. Now, this is
Okay.
not the fierce version of Kali. This is my Ma version of Kali.
Okay.
If
So this
you
is
could
Kal
see.
Ratri. Very
This
much
is
like
Kali.
Kal.
This is
Okay.
Kali. This is not. Kali is the mother. Okay. Kal
Okay.
Ratri is the Rudra aspect of mother.
Okay. So what do you
The
explain? What is
warrior.
warrior
A
aspect?
warrior, angry, warrior, fierce, ferocious warrior on a war path, destroying everything in her way. So that's
So
the
that is third eye?
Kalratri. Yes, that's the third eye.
Okay.
Okay, so she represents the ability to see beyond duality.
Okay. And that's why it's a third
Okay,
eye. To be able
it's
to
the third.
discern.
Yes, to be able to discern, to be able to see the separation and the oneness, both.
Correct. Yes.
To be able to have that discernment that this is real, this is illusory, right? And she's shown sitting on a donkey. The donkey represents something we call tamas.
Okay.
So all beings have three gunas, which is sattva, rajas, and tamas.
Tamas.
Tamas
Correct.
is that which brings in inertia, lethargy, ignorance,
Laziness.
laziness. So
Yes.
she's shown riding a donkey. She's completely
Destroying all of the.
distraught all of the ignorance, avidya, or laziness to even do your own self work.
Correct. Correct. That's the biggest
Yes,
form of laziness, right?
yes, and she's shown as a warrior, like a really ferocious warrior, because as we are ascending, as we are transcending the lower chakras, the last frontier, so to speak, is your own ego.
Yes.
Yeah, and that really needs
A lot of
that ferocious energy to
fighting
be
energy to. Yes.
destroyed. Yes.
Absolutely. So
So
that is
that's
why, and so her energy is discernment to basically
discernment one, and
destruction of
she's
ignorance.
also called Shubhankari. Now that's
Okay.
a like a paradox. You know, one aspect is this ferocious and Mahakali Roop, and she's also called Shubhankari because once your ego is sublimated,
Destroyed.
what you get is only auspiciousness. So
Right.
Shubhankar means auspiciousness. So she's
Right.
one who grants or bestows auspiciousness. And that
Okay.
auspiciousness is available to you, or you are in that state only once your ego is completely destroyed.
Correct. 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 And but
So
that's the
there are
hardest, right?
both aspects, yes.
That is the
So
hardest, right?
that's
Your
why
ego
she first takes that ferocious avatar,
to
destroys
destroy.
your ego, and then you're able to see that. So the image I showed you, the other one was that Shubhankari aspect of Kali.
Correct. Okay. Then
Okay.
then we re
Then we
yeah, Mary.
come to the eighth night, which is
Yeah.
Mahagauri.
Right.
Okay, Mahagauri is a very, very serene, gentle, the most, what's a Mamta Bhari, if I can use that
Ah.
word, aspect of mother. You know, and she is called Mahagauri because she is very, very fair.
Okay.
She's riding a bull again,
Okay.
and she is the um, what should I say? She bestows the freedom or liberation from the birth, death, rebirth cycle.
Cycle. So she grants you moksha, almost.
Liberation,
Okay.
moksha would
Is
again have many more aspects to it,
correct.
but she helps you kind of understand the role of karma and how you are not going to create new karma so that
Okay.
you get free from. How will you be free from the cycle of birth and death? It's
Correct.
only when you are
Finish all your
mitigating your
karma.
old karmas and not creating new karmas.
Creating new ones. Correct.
So that
Absolutely.
understanding, that ability comes from Mahagauri.
Okay. And she
because-
is the crown chakra.
No, Kalratri is the crown chakra.
Kalratri is the crown. Okay.
She's the next
Okay.
level of stage of evolution. So that's Mahagauri, and I'll just see if I'm missing out anything about Mahagauri.
Why is she
Yeah.
called Mahagauri? Because she's very fair.
She's very fair.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is her energy?
So her energy is to bless the devotee with the ability to be in samadhi, even in the world.
Okay.
Samadhi means to be in complete yoga with God and living your worldly life.
Correct.
Right? So she blesses that. She gives you that
Okay.
ability. So that's where you will not create new karma
Right.
when you're in samadhi, and you will be clearing all your old karmas.
Okay. And the last
So,
night?
Last night is Ma Siddhi Datri. Okay. Siddhi means divine gift or divine ability, and Datri is someone who is bestowing it. Okay.
Okay.
So she's shown generally, her mount is a lion, but she's generally shown sitting atop a lotus.
Okay.
A fully bloomed lotus.
Bloomed lotus.
Yeah, and in our scriptures, a lotus represents wisdom, right? So its roots are in the mud, and it rises above the mud and fully blooms, and it's clear and clean. No mud stays on it, right?
Correct.
So she is showing or symbolizing a fully self-realized person, completely in union with God. Okay, and she bestows something we call Ashtasiddhis.
Okay.
So I can read out the names. The siddhis are Anima.
So is Ashtasiddhi means many siddhis? Eight. Okay.
Okay. So there is Anima, which means you have the ability to reduce to the size of an atom.
Okay.
There's Mahima, which means you can expand to infinity. Big. There's Garima, you can have infinite weight. Laghima, you can have infinite lightness.
Okay.
There's Prapti, omnipresence.
Right.
There's Prakamya, ability to achieve anything you want. Then there's Ishitva, lordship.
Okay.
You can have the lordship of whatever you desire. Then Vashitva, power to conquer all. So what does this mean? If somebody gets these 8 siddhis, what does this mean? This means you are no longer bound by the laws of karma. You are no longer bound by the laws of space and time. You are no longer bound by the gravitational force, anything. Like you're fully one with source. And just like source can manifest itself and be whatever it wishes to, you can be that.
You can do the same.
So that's the energy of Siddhidatri, where you are the God self.
Correct. Where you recognize your God self, right? Or where you come into that form of
where you are
God self.
There is no difference of seeing yourself or not seeing yourself. You are the God self.
You are the God self. Wow, that's amazing. So Anu, tell me something. If there is one thing that you tell every single one to do this Navratri, okay? It can be a mantra, it can be a chant, it can be, some even visualization. What is the one thing that we all should do in these 9 nights, because it's so high in feminine energy, right? You can almost feel a difference in these 9 nights, that there is a palpable energy in the atmosphere. So if there's something that we should do, especially women, what should it be to kind of feel Mata's love, energy, all the things that we just spoke about? What would it be, or what should it be?
To take a few moments of silence, whatever time, morning works for you, night works for you, afternoon works for you. Take those few moments of silence. If rituals work for you, if lighting a diya or sitting in front of an image brings you to that centeredness, or sitting in your own space brings you to your centeredness, whatever, take those few moments, center yourself, connect to Ma's energy. Ma could be an image for somebody, Ma could be love for somebody, Ma could be their own inner power, Shakti, in whatever way you connect with Ma. And I can only share what I do. I just sit
Right.
and I say, Ma, how would you like me to serve you today? And it can be different things on different days. It can be different things for different people.
Right.
In whatever way, whether chanting works for you, there are many chants. Mahishasur Mardini is a beautiful stotra. Chanting it or even listening, playing it in your space completely clears the energy.
Okay.
She's called Mahishasur Mardini. That's the. Did we do the sixth chakra? Agnya? We didn't do sixth chakra.
No, that's
We
why I
didn't do
thought you did.
Mahishasur Mardini.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was wondering. We went straight from
Hey.
third eye to.
No, we didn't. We didn't do third eye. Third eye is Ma Katyayani, which is
No, we went
Mahishasur
from
Mardini.
throat directly to
Crown. Yes.
crown.
I'm so sorry. Right. So that's the Katyayani roop. She was born to sage Katya. That's why she was called Katyayani. And she took birth to demolish or get rid of many of the demons. So there's
Okay.
Shumb Nishum, who represent greed and lust. Then there's Mahishasur, who represents ego and delusion. Right? So Mahishasur Mardini is a very famous icon that you see of her destroying
With the-
Mahishasur
yes,
with the
yes.
Trishul. So that's also there in my painting. That's the day-to-day.
Yes.
So she is destroying delusion. Right? That's the third
her-
eye.
So
Sorry.
her chant is what you suggest we should do on these
The
9 nights.
Mahishasur Mardini Stotra is very, very powerful. So if you're looking for an energy to clear your space, to clear your mind, to clear, discordant energies, then Mahishasur Mardini Stotra is the one you should go for. If you're looking
Okay.
for something that integrates you, makes you feel calmer, gentle, then you could probably chant some other mantras of hers. There is something called the Devi Kavach, which you can.
Okay.
There's a text called Devi Mahatmya, and in
Okay.
that text there's something called Durga Saptashati.
Okay.
So Durga Saptashati has different mantras, different parts that you could do. There's a Kavach part, there's an Argala Stotra, then there's Mahishasur
But if
Mardini
let's say
Stotra.
one mantra you wanted to play on these 9 days or 9 nights, what is the one mantra you would recommend?
There's Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvarth Sadhike Sharanye Trambike Gauri Narayani Namaste.
Narayan Namaste.
This will integrate your energies.
Correct.
Something like Om, Em, Reem, Kleem, Chamundai, Viche will vitalize your energy.
Right.
Yes, and the Mahishasur Mardini Stotra, like I told you, will completely clear the energy.
So these are the 3 chants we can play these 9 nights,
Yes.
right? To kind of
Yes,
integrate, to clear, and to center.
Yes, yes.
Okay, lovely. That's amazing. Because that's what we should do, right? These 9 nights is the most opportune time to connect with her. Obviously we'll connect on a daily basis, but
Yes, it is
the
said she
energy-
comes down to earth during these 9 nights, and
Correct.
she is more like she's right there,
there.
So yes, these are very, very powerful nights when her energies are really strong, and you will see. That's what I've been seeing with the shares I have been doing. How everybody is getting touched. I mean, she is
Yeah.
there. It's her making her way into everybody's hearts, right? So it's that potent, just like an image or a word can connect you to her.
Absolutely. But this is so amazing, Anu. I'm so glad you could share. And you were a pro. First, nobody will think Tushar, yeah, Anu, is it possible for you to share the links of the sutra on your Insta, or you can share it with me and I can repost it? So then, they can, whoever's on
Okay,
can, yeah, so then
we'll
they
do
know
that.
where to take the mantra or the sutra from.
Right.
And thank you so much for doing this. I'm
Thank you
so
for calling
glad.
me. Bye.
Of
Yeah, I'm glad.
course, I wanted to do this, and with the amount of knowledge you have, I really wanted to, for you to be able to share it as well. And like I said, it touches me every morning when I see your picture, your painting, and I read the actual meaning, story, and the reason of the name behind, and it means so much. And I just thought it was great information to be out there. So thank you so much once again, Anu, and have a super,
Uh,
super, super Navratri.
I wish everyone the same. May Ma bless each of you. May Ma be with each of you. May each of you build a personal relationship with Ma. And may your Navratris be journeys of self-discovery and exploration.
Hi. Jai Mata Di, Anu. Thank you
Jai
so much
Mata
for doing
Di.
this.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
so much.
See you. Thank you guys for logging in.
Hey guys, thank you for logging into Live with Vi. Subscribe to see more videos.